confirming he's authorized the CIA to operate in there and accusing leader Nicolas Maduro of running a narco-terrorist regime. This comes after weeks of deadly strikes on boats allegedly carrying drugs. Just yesterday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted this video, which President Trump says shows U.S. military forces trafficking drugs just off the coast of Venezuela. The president promising those strikes will continue and saying he isn't ruling out future strikes on land. But there are mounting questions tonight about the legality of these operations, and both Democratic and Republican members of Congress are pushing for more answers about the president's plans. Courtney Cubey starts us off tonight from Washington.
Tonight, after a series of U.S. military strikes on alleged drug boats headed for the U.S., President Trump saying he may now go after cartels on land, too.
Are you considering strikes on land?
But we are certain at land now because we've got the sea very well under control. And the way you look at it is every boat that we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives.
And saying he's escalating his push against Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, who the U.S. says leads an illegitimate narco-terrorist regime. In a rare move, the president publicly confirming he authorized the CIA to operate there.
Does the CIA have authority to take out Maduro?
Oh, I don't want to answer a question like that. That's a ridiculous question for me to be given. Not really a ridiculous question, but wouldn't it be a ridiculous question for me to answer? But I think Venezuela is feeling heat, but I think a lot of other countries are feeling heat too.
But there's growing controversy tonight over the legality of the U.S. strikes on those boats, with some members of Congress, including Republicans, demanding answers, asking for the unedited videos of the strikes. But the Trump administration is so far refusing, six sources told NBC News. One source saying after a briefing a few weeks ago that Republican lawmakers were answering questions about the legal basis for the operations.
Courtney Cubey joins us now live, and I know you're tracking another developing story. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's plane had to make an emergency landing?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. The secretary's plane diverted to England on the flight back from a NATO meeting in Brussels after suffering a cracked windshield. That's according to the Pentagon spokesperson. The secretary did not have any press with him on this trip. Tom?
All right, Courtney Cubey. This off. Now to the Middle East and new accusations Hamas is violating President Trump's peace deal. As the U.S. military is now warning Hamas it must disarm. Matt Bradley is in Israel tonight.
Tonight, an outpouring of grief. Israelis lining the street for the funeral of Guy Iluz, killed after being kidnapped by Hamas at the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. His body returned this week. They killed my soul and my heart, his father says. And now Israel accusing Hamas of violating President Trump's peace deal by not returning the remains of all 28 hostages. 2 more bodies returned tonight, 10 returned by Hamas so far, but Israel says tests show the body of one of them was not a hostage. Hamas tonight saying it's returned all bodies it's been able to reach amid the destruction in Gaza.
We have the living hostages all back. They returned some more today. It's a gruesome process. I almost hate to talk about it, but they're digging. It's a horrible atrocity.
And after those images of Hamas now conducting public execution on Gaza streets, a stark warning from the commander of U.S. Central Command, writing, "We strongly urge Hamas to immediately suspend violence and shooting at innocent Palestinian civilians in Gaza, saying Hamas should disarm without delay." And President Trump again demanding Hamas disarm.
We want the weapons to be given up, sacrificed, and they've agreed to do it. Now they have to do it, and if they don't do it, we'll do it.
And now Palestinians in Gaza are trying to return to their homes and normal lives, amidst a landscape ravaged by 2 years of war. I had to burn my children's clothes so I can cook for them, said Kifaya Najjar. We've suffered from everything, but the hunger was something else.
Matt Bradley joins us tonight from Tel Aviv. Matt, the president keeps threatening Hamas to disarm, but he says the U.S. military won't be involved.
That's right, Tom. And he said he wouldn't reveal how he would get Hamas to disarm. He did tell CNN that Israel could restart its war in the Gaza Strip as soon as Trump gave the word. Now, as for the search for those hostage remains, an international body could go in to try to search for them. Tom?
All right, Matt Bradley. Now to an emergency. The plane forced to too dangerous to breathe. NBC's Tom Costello.
On the runway at LAX.
We have a small sort of fuel